Boom, baby, we're live. What up, guys? It is me, MLD. Welcome to Interview with Man, episode 834. We're still going. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much, and welcome to tonight's show. We're going to be talking about the road to hell feels like heaven, and the road to heaven feels like hell. And we're going to talk about how inevitably with your dating life, with your life in general, but we're gonna focus on dating, and we're gonna be letting everybody know very clearly your life is heading one of two directions. We're gonna break out the whiteboard. This is gonna be a long and intensive episode, but I'm going to give you all of the life experience and lessons that I've learned that I've been in this planet now for 39 years. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned that has helped me date hundreds of women, fall in love with multiple women over multiple continents, multiple races, the whole 9 yards. How I was able to build a multi-seven-figure business as well while traveling the world freely, making money from my laptop and investing while I'm on the road, while I'm traveling, so I don't have to worry about money, okay? And this all started when I really made a decision when I was 20 years old, when I got arrested and I went to jail for smoking marijuana. That I spent just like 11 hours in a prison cell in Orlando, Florida, but that was enough. Believe me, I am proud to say I'm not cut out for jail. And that shook me up and really gave me a hard, terrifying life lesson. I don't know if any of you watching have been to jail, but it sucks. And, I was just, like I said, I was just a kid smoking weed, but that was enough to scare me and put me on the straight and narrow. So we're going to be talking about that and so much more on today's episode. Sit tight, hit that like button right now. We're going to get going right away.
Connection established.
Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something else to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
I am teaching you how to be strong. I am teaching you how to be powerful. So when bad things happen to you, you don't quit. Okay, because you don't know how. Because you don't know.
No, if I'm not going to explain to myself.
In normal conversation where people aren't sitting around and patronizing you because you're loud and obnoxious, and a lot of people don't want to confront you and tell you that. But I'll tell you that right now, young lady. You're very loud and obnoxious and you're rude.
You wanted to blow it up and make me seem like something I'm not, and I didn't appreciate that. But that's okay. You can do what you want to do for your content.
Oh boy, somebody's triggered.
And
She's triggered.
No, Adam sent me a clip.
You should want a woman that you can build with.
She can build me a sandwich. It's common sense in every other country in the world, but here you got to get out a Venn diagram and be like, hey, don't post half-naked photos of yourself because you're going to attract predators. What up? We're here. We're going to knock this bad boy out the park today. I'm so happy to be here, guys. Friday, apologize. I did not do the free consultation Friday show. I have been I got to be careful with what I say, but I have been crushing it. I was going to say offing myself. But I've been crushing it so hard in the gym because this upcoming next week, we are doing the Hawaii Millionaire Mastermind Retreat. And that's invite only to the guys within the Masculine Empowerment Network. So if you did get an invite, that's why. We'll be making a documentary for everybody to watch on YouTube. But I've got to get ready to look good on camera because I'm a vain man. No, I'm just joking. But who doesn't want to look good when they're a documentary, right? So, yeah, we're gonna be diving into something today. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I hope you're starting off your week very well. And we're just gonna jump right into today's episode. But before we go, as usual, it's my favorite part of the show where we feature viewers like you. Comment review is back and ready to roll. Here we go. We're going to review Thursday's episode and read the comments over there, which surprisingly did very well. I didn't think it would do good, but I'm glad it did. We have 93 likes and 0 dislikes, so that's good. Good to know everybody's on board with holding frame and self-defense. And let's jump right into it. Matt W 1037 says MLD Modern Life Defense. Thank you. Brandon M says, as a former bouncer, what you said about personal space is 100%. Yeah, I used to be a bouncer too, but I wasn't like a big meathead bouncer. I worked security at the Grey Goose, the 180 Grey Goose Lounge at the top of, now I think it's the Kia Center. It used to be the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. And yeah, I mean, you guys, you have to understand as a man, okay, listen to me. I'm going to hurt feelings today's episode. I'm just going to be very honest, okay? What I'm going to be telling you guys is really, we have a problem with the men of today's generation. And every time you want to say, it's the women's fault, it's them, it's this, no. Men are the builders and maintainers of society. So if something goes wrong, it's on us, okay? If all women in the world stopped working right now, everything would be okay. If all men put down their shovels, put down their hard hat, took off their utility belt, stopped driving semi trucks, if all men got together and stopped working, like, we're just not going to work, the planet would die. Well, humanity wouldn't die. It would probably be good for the planet. The planet would probably heal itself, but civilization would cease to exist as we know it. So when I say these lessons, when I talk to you guys daily on this show, it is to awaken the power that you have within you as a man. You are special and you are the best creature on this planet. You are the most deadly predator on this planet. Life and death is all coming from men, okay? Period. Even if, like I said, there's this whole woman empowerment thing that's been happening lately is only a giant marketing scheme to take as much money and votes away from women as possible. That's all it is. It was engineered by men. It's working flawlessly, quite frankly. Okay. But these lessons are here to awaken the power that you have within you. And you cannot be a peaceful man if you are not a dangerous man. And every man, it is your right and it is your duty as a man to know how to fight and how to defend yourself. And not like, oh, when I get in a fight, I just go crazy, bro. No, I'm not talking about that. All right. That's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about actual spending 1 year. I tell you guys, 1 year alone in any combat, jiu-jitsu, boxing, ideally kickboxing, because you want to use your legs. Your legs are super deadly weapons. Okay. You can just go to an MMA gym and say, hey, I'm going to go to kickboxing once a week, and I'm going to go to no-gi grappling once a week. You do that for 52 weeks in a row, you are a deadly animal, period. Okay. So this guy knows what he's talking about when he talks about personal space here. Shout out to Brandon. Once someone violates that, you only have a short period of time before something happens. Always read the body language, especially the hands and stance. Absolutely. Spot on. This guy knows what he's talking about 100%. Mike Harton, who's in the chat with us right now, says, thanks for the advice on fighting. I was planning on joining a jiu-jitsu gym this year, but now I'm leaning towards kickboxing or Muay Thai gym. Muay Thai if you can. MLD is going deep this week. Thanks so much. And then XC Dude says, this was a great video, MLD. Thanks for the content. Thank you, bro. You've been commenting a lot lately. Shotsky says, MLG is dropping some heat this week. Apparently last week you guys loved every episode, so I love you back. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. Every comment you write, guys, just it does help grow the purity of the message. You know what I mean? Like, it helps me tailor the message and make things a lot better for you. Hi, LD. Keep up the great work. Quality episodes. Lots of valuable information. Feel Good is in the house. He says, John, you were cooking this week. Thank you so much. Siege Hound. Hey, MLD, is there any benefit going back and forth watching your first episodes of Tokyo Crypto Show, learn how to get started in the crypto market? Yes. Brooklyn is in the chat. She says, I just beat appendicitis. Good for you, sweetie. And then John K says, another way to know if someone can fight is they keep their hands in front of their neck and head during a conflict. Yes. I had my ass kicked multiple times. Me too. Welcome to the club. My leg is chewed up. I fought a pro MMA fighter last night, and this guy was like 120 pounds, and all he did was stay on the outside and chop away at my front leg. My front left leg is so cooked right now, guys. I posted the picture on my Instagram. But anytime I have conflict with anyone, I get my hands up, and not necessarily like a boxing stance, just up near my upper body, so it's easier to defend a punch to the face. I'll rub my nose or scratch my head. That way, I'm not escalating the situation or alerting him to physical contact, but I'm much better position to. I think this is much better position. Defensive position. Great. Yeah, real quick, I'll just tell you guys something. Okay, if anybody, this is just a quick off lesson. Okay. First of all, you got to know your fighting stance. All right. Are you left-handed or right-handed? If you're right-handed, your right hand's back here. Your left hand's up front. Okay. Now, if you get somebody who is being aggressive with you, all right, and you notice that they're coming into proximity to you, don't keep your hands to your side. All you got to do is cross your arms and put your hand here. That way, you can at least keep your distance, right? Just here, if he comes to, you've got to be ready to swivel your head. If he comes ready to hit you, just smack it down, create distance, assess the threat, and then neutralize or run, right? So, little things that these guys are writing are actually very, very valuable comments. And I'm so happy to see, that there's this type of man watching me as well. So I appreciate it. Good insight from everybody. So, we're going to jump right into today's episode. So don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on replay. Every little metric that you send us helps us optimize the business. So thank you guys so much. Emily, are you aware that there's a Discord channel that are leaking your nudes? Dude, send me the link. I want to see. That trust me. My DMs would be flooded if my nudes were leaking, okay? But I've seen this guy. I think he's a troller. So what we're going to do, we're just going to permanently ban you. Okay? Do you train striking or grappling, MLD? Right now, I'm actively only training kickboxing. Kickboxing and a little bit of clinch work. But my grappling is extremely high level. Not like in the sense of I'm a colored belt, but I wrestled 2 years in high school. And a lot of you guys might be thinking, oh, man, that's like so long ago. You probably are really rusty. No, in the developmental stages of my brain being grown, wrestling is literally built into me. Like I can hit a double right now. I can hit a switch right now. It doesn't leave you. I remember wrestling practice all the time, So my grappling, especially like if somebody would try to fight me and they have zero grappling experience, good luck. It's only a matter of time before you lose. So I did that. I trained multiple years of jiu-jitsu after that. But the weakest aspect of my game, if we were to rank everything out, is my striking. And what I didn't realize is I've been training hard for like the past, lifetime. But I recently went to the doctor to scan my knees, and I found out both of my ACLs have been torn for 5 years plus. So I have been going really hard despite literal like sidelining injuries. So I don't do too much grappling because of that. But I actually, like I said, you know, the bar to defeat the average person is very, very low. It's very, very low. That's why, like, you feel like a god amongst men. That's why when I see, like, the biggest telltale sign to me of somebody who can't fight is a guy who's always saying, like, oh, I'll knock you out right now. I'll knock you out right now. I'll fight, like these hot-headed people. Because the reality is, if I were to get into a physical confrontation right now, I am afraid of going to jail. I'm afraid of a manslaughter charge. I'm afraid of an assault charge. Because, like I said, like I see all these like YouTubers like jumping up and down. You know, they're like, oh, I'm a really elite level boxer. I'm like, great. Can you stop a double leg takedown? What are you going to do when I take your back and I start whamming you in the back of your head? And then you start covering up and then I yoke up your neck. You're done. You're done. The amount of people, the average person has not been put in a rear naked choke and felt the squeeze and seen. Have you guys in the chat? Let me know. Has anybody been choked out to sleep? I have been choked out to sleep. And it's like a Looney Tunes episode. Like you're getting choked and like it's like a circle of blackness just, and then you just wake up and you're like, oh, is everybody okay? What happened? You got choked out, motherfucker. It's very, very humbling. It happens like that, especially if it's a blood choke when they cut off the circulation to your brain through your arteries in the side of your neck. You know, your six-pack abs are not going to help you in those situations. You got to be ready. And the way society is kind of like economically, you know, there are certain parts of the world that are not as economically privileged, and it's some parts of America are kind of getting like that. Like if you do not know how to defend yourself, like there's an illusion of safety that a lot of you young men have. And because you just grow up super soft. You guys grew up like when I was young, when I was growing up, like it was just normal to get in a fight in high school. Like if you didn't get in a fight in high school, people were like, what's wrong with you? You know, now everybody like how they you know, get at each other is they send like, you know, aggressive mean text. that's what happens, you know. So it's important for you guys to know this, right? So I'm getting a lot of questions right now. Oh, what's up? Anoop, my man. Yes, sir. Been choked out. You wake up expecting to be in the middle of a fight, but the fight was over a long time because it was a baseball choke. Yeah, it's brutal. It's no fun. You know. So I'm getting a lot of you guys sending in like I'm seeing so many questions coming right now on the chat. I know the chat's my monitors are flipped, so I know chat. I should be pointing this side, but chat's over here for me. But anyways, if you have an urgent question, send a super chat because we're gonna jump into today's episode. Okay, so let's talk about this. The road to hell feels like heaven, and the road to heaven feels like hell. Real quick, Robert W. I saw that you just signed up for monthly coaching. I'll be sending you an email right away. As soon as this episode, if you're watching Robert W., I will be sending you an email and onboarding you into the Telegram chat. So sit tight. That'll be done here. And as soon as the episode's over. So how do we sign up? Just go ahead and click the description link below here. If you want to sign up for my monthly coaching, we have a session coming up this month, this Sunday. And all you got to do is go to Billy, shared the link. Thank you so much, Billy. Shout out to Billy. He's the head moderator. This is the website right here, modernlifedating.com/monthly, and just click get monthly coaching. You'll be locked and loaded. Okay. So we got to talk about the road to heaven feels like hell, and the road to hell feels like heaven, and the road to heaven feels like hell. What does that mean? Okay. We are at a very, very special point in the human existence. Okay. And life has become so easy for everybody. I know. Bear with me. I know what you guys are saying, like, well, my life is hard. My life is hard. again, today's an accountability episode. So put on your big boy pants and sit down and listen to me. I'm going to change your life. Okay. The thing here is, if your life is bad, it's 100% your fault. That's the bad news. The good news is, because it's 100% your fault, you can do everything in your power to turn your life around. I have done it. I have come from abject poverty. Okay. Broken household, verbally, physically, emotionally abused as a kid for multiple years on end. Okay. Grew up extremely poor, no privilege of a stable family to this day. Never met my father. My father got my mom pregnant. He was 48. She was 18. And then when I was born, he left. And then he died when I was 15, 14, somewhere around that. I remember I was playing Resident Evil 2. And I was in the sewers and I was about to fight the alligator because I read like the strategy guide. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to blow this alligator's brains out with that oxygen tank. And my mom called me in the other room. She's like, hey, I need to talk to you. Something is important. She's like, sit down. She's like, I just want to let you know, I got some news that your father's dead. I was like, great. Can I go play video games? Because you don't know what you have. Like, a lot of you guys, if you're lucky, you have a father, a good father in your life. And you know what it feels like to have that, presence in your life. I don't, right? I have every reason in the world to actually play the victim card. I have every victim bingo hole. I can have bingo on my whole, victim Olympics bingo card. But, I didn't let that stop me. The thing is, effort is the great equalizer, guys. Trying your hardest, right? And if your life is bad today, that's because you have made a series of easy, bad decisions in your life that have led you to where you are now. On the other side of the coin is, if your life is fantastic now, okay, you are going to understand that the decisions you made to sit down, and when everybody's out partying and drinking and wasting their life, you're like, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to study. I'm going to watch, motivational content, even if it's stuff like that. Study your craft. Study for multiple doctors in the chat, right? Software engineers. I know Anoop is a very well-off guy. He does very well. And Dr. B is in the house. He's a doctor. These are guys who put in the hard work. And now in the latter half of their life is more so on the easier side because they did the hard stuff up front. So you got to understand, you are inevitably heading to your dream life or your nightmare life. And by default, all of you are heading to your nightmare life. Okay. We're going to explain right now. So I did this exercise for one of my good friends in Tokyo recently because he's been having some trouble with his dating life and he's been very unhappy. So we talked about what's going on. So let's take a look. Okay. So here is life. Okay. And in our lives, we are inevitably heading to one of two directions. Okay. So I'm going to draw something for you guys. This is inevitably where you're heading. Okay. So as you can see, these are uneven. Okay. And here is the path to hell, aka nightmare life. Okay. And everybody, man and woman, is by default heading this direction. Okay. And here is your dream life. Okay. So you know what your dream life is, and you know what your hell life is, right? I would think everybody in this chat would like to have a beautiful, amazing, loving, supporting woman in your life. My whole life, I've been lucky to have dated multiple women who I've loved, and they've loved me, and we both, helped each other level up. We both leveled up together. And I have, like, you don't ever see me. I'm never going to be one of these guys. It's like all women are trash and women are garbage and I hate women. Like, it's never going to be like that for me because that's not been my experience. Okay. So you're here. Okay. Let's make you. Here's you. All right. Actually, let's put you down here. Oops. Let's put you down here. Give you a little bit more time. Okay. So you have to understand the first thing is the most important thing, okay? Which is the thing that binds us all together and curses us all together. All right? And that is you are going to die. Your death is guaranteed. Your life will come to an end. Everybody you love and know is going to die. That is what makes life special because it ends, okay? Now, everybody, depending on their health, circumstances beyond our control, okay, is given a certain amount of time to live. So let's be generous, okay? Here is 0. We start here. Everybody starts at age 0, right? Dr. B, can you check that for me? Do we all start? You're the doctor in the chat. Do we all start at age 0, Dr. B? Can you confirm me? Everyone wants to hear fucking from an expert these days. Okay. And then let's just say you make it to 100. The average lifespan expectancy for a male in the United States of America, I think, is about 79. Okay. So if you're lucky, that means you're healthy, you're not obese, you're not doing drugs, you're not a wild, speed racer, adrenaline junkie. So reality is you're most likely going to make it to about 79 if you're the average person, okay? So where are you right now, first of all, on your timeline, right? You can write your age in the chat if you want to, but this is going to be an active exercise for everybody so you can understand where exactly you're heading. Now, everybody knows I talk about the core 4 pillars of masculinity, which is money, muscles, game, and frame. If you focus on these 4 things for your entire life, you will by default have a dream life. Okay. On the other side is lazy, victim mindset, ego, arrogance. Okay. That is the default on this side. Okay. So we got a good, nice medley of people here. Giovanni is 34. G Money's 28. BS Profiles level 36. Anoop is 41. Renaissance Man's 29. William is 28. Okay. Nice little medley. Good little mix here. And shout out to everybody watching on Rumble as well. Okay. So Philip M checking in at 48. Good for you, man. Billy, 38. Roy, 32. Look at this young guy, 21. You are a stud, bro. For the fact that you're sitting here watching me and then you're chasing your dreams in Japan already at 21 years old. Most guys at 21 are just screwing around, wasting their lives. Good for you. Ahmad Hill. Guys, shout out to Ahmad Hill. He's an MMA fighter who watches us, and he actually won his fight recently. This kid's a killer. He's a killer. Good shout out to this guy. Hardworking young man. Jalen is 30. Thaddeus is 25. ISO Peffy 21. I'm in 19. Shout out to you, Adam. 40. Lou, the lifting lawyer. 31. Looking fantastic as usual. Wayne Smith, 48. Task Force Echo, 43. 28. 50. You're like foot 54. I reached out to you when I was 17 on Insta, bro. Good. I'm glad that you're back because I'm pretty sure I told you I'm not going to coach you until you're 18. I don't coach anybody under 18 unless I have their father's, like written consent. Okay. So now you know where you are here on the spectrum from 0 to 100, right? We can all agree. Okay. So you have to understand every day of your life, okay? Every single day of your life is like a stock market chart or a cryptocurrency chart, for example, okay? So I'm going to show you. This is Bitcoin. This is live Bitcoin right here, okay? So you have to understand, every day you are given a white card from God, the universe, whatever God you believe in, or this one. Haram! Whatever your God of choice is, your deity of choice, whatever, they give you a white card every day. And your actions from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed are going to give you a red day or a green day. Green day means you go up. Red day means you go down. Okay, you cannot escape this. And your life, ideally, you want it to look like the Bitcoin chart. See, the further we go out, we have ebbs and flows. But ideally, you want to be trending like this. Some people in the chat I know that are like this are Anoop, William Shaw, Lou the lifting lawyer, Dr. B. Okay, those are just some people off the top of my head. Okay, some newer people to the community like Zach, they're on this path as well. Okay, you're going to have points of rapid growth and you're going to have downtimes. But ideally, you guys want to look like this. Okay, that is the most important thing for you guys to take away from this exercise. So every day, okay, you are going to make an inevitable step in one of two directions. And most people are heading here. Society, men and women, are heading here. Most people. I would argue to say that it's hard for me to quantify a number exactly, but I would say at probably 70% of the population is heading this way, if not more. Okay. And I said, by default, you're heading here. Okay. In order, and another thing is this, if a day goes by where you don't take action, you don't do something with a calculated understanding of what you're doing to improve your life, you are turning in a red day. And for you guys, for the younger guys, pay attention to fucking Uncle Emble D here. I'm going to tell you something, okay? At my age, if you don't go to the gym, if you do not lift weights, if you do not sleep well, by default, you're turning in a red card for the day. Okay. After 37, I would say 37, 38, it's use it or lose it. If you're not exercising daily, doing some kind of cardio daily, you are losing ground. You have to do work just to stay at break even. But remember, break even days don't exist. Okay? You're either coming in red or you're coming in green. Okay? So that is the most important thing you have to understand here. Okay? So this is why, okay, a lot of you may be overly thinking stuff like, well, MLD is telling me when I see a beautiful woman, I should walk up to her and introduce myself, because I want to have a girlfriend. I want to have a long-term relationship. I want to build something with a great woman. I want to have a happy life. Okay. And I commend you if that's a goal of yours, because that is a commendable goal, right? I think a life without family, I'm telling you, as a guy who comes from a broken family, I still love my broken family, and it is a place of refuge for me. All right. Family is better than money, better than fame, better than clout, because I've had all of it. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, the time you spend with your loved ones, your parents, your children, those are going to be the best memories in your life. Okay. So do not let your heart be filled with hatred and negativity and poison to cloud your judgment, to think that, oh, you know, all women are bad and it's inevitable I'm going to get destroyed and stuff like that. No. Okay. The odds have always been against the average man, but we are men, and men are overcomers. Men are achievers. We are the ones that pave the future of humanity. Okay. It is men. It is largely men. It is, like I said, it's overwhelmingly men that decide this. Okay. So you have that power in yourself because you are a man. But power, knowledge, all of this stuff is useless if you do not put it into application, which means you have to take action with those skills. So if you want to get a girlfriend, you want to get a wife, you want to have kids, whatever in the future, right? When you see a girl out there that you're interested in and you don't take the chance to go and introduce yourself to her, you don't shoot your shot, you are inevitably taking one step here. Okay. That's a -1. And you're heading towards here. And every day, you know what, today, I don't want to go to the gym. Right? Today, you know, I'm just going to order something off of Uber Eats. You need to delete Uber Eats off your phone, guys. Nothing of health or value comes from that application. All right. When you decide, you know what, I'm going to go sit down and, you know, watch something on Pornhub, right? Right. If you're, and I'm telling you this, and I know it's an unpopular thing that I say, I don't care. If pornography is a part of any part of your life, it is a shame. That is a shame. And I know it's shameful for a lot of you guys, and I'm not asking anybody to confess anything in the chat, but I'm telling you, it is a shame. You are, every time you open pornography and you start jerking off to that, you are depositing a -1 into your life and heading towards your nightmare situation, inevitably. Okay. And here's the problem when you take too many of these things. Okay. The further down you end up on this path, and this, let's say you're up here at this X. Okay. It takes you more effort to walk back, and then even more effort and more time to get here. When if you just did the right thing every day, you could just slowly but surely head here. Because that's another thing too. The further path you are down to your dream life, the more you got to screw up to get back down to 0.0 and then heading this way. Okay. Jalen, I had the same thing when I thought about kickboxing yesterday. I went to 2 lessons yesterday, and you know, I wanted to, because I'll share something with you guys. Okay, actually, I wrote this down. So yesterday, before I went to kickboxing, because I just want to tell you guys, to this day, I struggle with doing the right thing. To this day, it's hard for me to go to the gym. Sometimes I just don't want to go. Sometimes I don't want to make a YouTube video. Sometimes I don't want to, sometimes I can't sleep at night. I have really trouble sleeping. And sometimes I just can't fall asleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I have to wake up at 9:30 in the morning to get this show going at 10 a.m. Okay. And sometimes I only sleep 4 hours, 5 hours, and I don't want to wake up. I don't want to come here and do a live stream. I want to roll over and sleep until like noon, catch up on sleep, and then attack my day like that. Okay. But it's the wrong thing to do in accordance to what I want to achieve in my life. Okay. So yesterday, I struggle with, my mind and stuff sometimes in regards to getting things done. So I wrote this down yesterday. It's on this piece of paper right here. It says, these are my kickboxing beliefs. I said, this is my mental framework before I went to kickboxing. I said, I feel like it's going to be bad. I feel like I'm going to be super exhausted. I feel like it's going to be annoying to go there. I'm going to have to take a shower after and change all my gear. And I think my knees are going to hurt, right? That's the mental dialogue that was going on. The reality was I was not too tired at all. I had fun. I was able to work on the speed bag. My knees don't hurt. And bonus, I met a really cute girl. She was doing a trial lesson there. Okay. So this scenario that you guys constantly play in your head, like, oh, I don't want to work out too hard because, I need to rest more. And it's like, look, dude, the reality is if you're fat, okay, if you're overweight and or obese, you need to be in the gym as much as possible, and you need to be controlling your calories as most as possible. If you're not doing that, with 70+% of the American population being overweight and or obese, okay, 70%. That's where I got the general number for most people heading towards their nightwear life. You're heading towards a lot of people right now in our time. We are pre-diabetic at a high level. Okay. We are having young people get heart attacks. We are having an obesity crisis in America. It's a joke. It's like we have so much as Americans. Our biggest problem is we have too much. Okay. You have to win that mental war every day. I'll talk about the one we can all relate to, right? When you see a beautiful girl, what is your bottom of your brain, that like reptile part of your brain, the least developed part? When you see a beautiful woman, what is your reaction? Your reaction is, I want to talk to her. But then you start mid-curving it, right? And then you start thinking, oh, well, she's wearing headphones, or she looks busy, or, she wouldn't like me because I don't have 6-pack abs. She wouldn't like me because I'm too brown. I'm too black. I'm too Asian. I'm too white. Whatever lie you're telling yourself is keeping you where you are and sending you towards your nightmare life. Okay. The biggest problem in our time right now is that guys have no self-esteem. There is, and I understand, because there's everything in America, the music, the video games, the dramas, the movies, the news, social media, everything is telling men that they suck. Everything is telling men that they suck. And that's not the case whatsoever. Men are amazing. Everything around you that's amazing, like literally is a 99% chance it came from a man. Okay. So the first thing you have to do before you start on anything is you have to believe in yourself, and you have to love yourself, and you have to believe that it's possible. Because if you don't believe it's possible, it's not possible. One of my favorite quotes in life comes from Henry Ford. He says, whether you think you can or think you cannot, you are right. Okay. When I wanted to live my dream life, okay, you also tell people that they suck. Well, if you suck, you suck. Do you want me to coddle you? If you are addicted to pornography, if you are obese, if you're drinking alcohol every day and you're not lined up with your goals, if you're using drugs, if you're gambling, if you're using prostitution, okay, if you're using OnlyFans, if you're simping in any kind of degree, yes, you are part of the problem of your life. So yes, if you're doing bad, I'm going to let you know that you're doing bad. It takes a real man, and I'm not talking about age or anything, but it takes a real man of strong heart and strong character to look at himself in the mirror and say, you know what? This is my fault. This is my fault. So yes, if you're doing bad, I'm going to tell you. Okay? If I see somebody heading into traffic, not stopping, and there's cars going on each side, I'm going to say, yo, dude, you're heading into traffic. Are you fucking retarded? Don't go that way. You're going to die. You're going to get injured. Your life quality is going to be worse. So yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So then why do you criticize others for telling men? Because it's different. Okay. You're missing, you need to pay attention, young man. I could tell you're a young man too. Okay. You really need to calm down. You're being very emotional and you need to just center yourself. All right. There is propaganda engineered to break down the spirit of the average man. And for a lot of you guys, it's been happening since you've been born. I'm 38. I remember when this, I'm 39. I remember when this wasn't happening, but now it's rampantly happening. Okay. So let's go back here. So the great thing about heading towards your dream life is very few people are actually doing this. Very few people are doing the necessary things to head towards their dream life. So the number one thing, what do you think is the number one thing that you have to deal with here? 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go to chat. What's the number one thing you have to deal with on the dream life journey? The biggest and hardest thing. What do you think it is? Put your answer in the chat. I'd like to see. Consistency. Consistency by Ayman. Negativity by Javi. Zavi. I don't know. Tell me how to say that. Brooklyn says frame. No. Money. That's the least problem, bro. Loneliness. Loneliness, guys. L spelling for you. Yes. Okay. Yes. Nathan, you're such a nice guy. Dealing with other people's failures. Other people's failures are on them, bro. That you don't listen. Jesus died on the cross for them. No, you don't have to. Okay. So you don't go and die on the cross for other people's sins. All right. You handle your business, bro. You're only responsible for your life. And if you get married, your wife, and you have children, that's who you're responsible for. Other than that, you're responsible for yourself. If you got a dog or a cat or an animal, you better take care of them too. Otherwise, never watch me because you're a terrible human. Okay. Loneliness, right? It is so hard at the beginning of your journey to do what you want to do. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a couple stories, right? With me and my path. So when I first came to, when I first wanted to come to America, come to America, Jesus Christ. When I first wanted to come to Japan, right? And dude, it was so crazy. I didn't realize how toxic and like bad my friend group was. But everybody was talking so much shit to me, right? They were talking so much shit. Okay. And they're like, you can, like they would say, what are you, crazy? You know, you can't make it in Japan. Like, what are you going to eat sushi every day? He's like, their walls are made of paper thin things. They slide the doors. I saw it on a James Bond movie in 1960 something. I got made fun of. I got told I was stupid. I got told this is another one of your dumb delusions. I went to the worst website in the world and asked for help. And all those losers on Reddit told me this is what they told me, you can probably never get a job teaching English in Japan. You could probably never, ever become a model in Japan like you wanted to. You could never achieve the goals that you set out. And then they started saying things like, oh, well, you know, your visa, right? Your visa in Japan won't allow you to work and be a model at the same time, right? It's all this bullshit they said, just running their fucking mouth, because that's what losers can do. The only thing they can fucking do is run their mouth. Well, I don't think I've ever shown this before, but I'm going to show you right now. This is me in August, or excuse me, this was me in 2015. Take a look at this. You see this? Look at your boy on the far left side there. Don't pay attention to where my hand is, even though I was gaming this girl. I mean, look at the body language there. Crotch on crotch. She was totally, I won't go into details, but she was liking it. And I did it. I was a model in the #1 wedding magazine in Japan called Zexy, Zexy. This guy was like a real model. He was the what do you call the guy that gets married? Jeez, I'm so fried, my brain. He was the groom. There we go. He was the groom, and this was the bride, right? They were both like real models. This guy was like some Brazilian Chad, and then this chick, I forget where she's from. I don't forget. She was Ukrainian, and then this chick was like Russian, and this guy was Italian. I was groomsman 1. He was groomsman 2. You know, but everybody told me, like, oh, dude, you could never do it. Okay. So that was step 1. Okay. One of my favorite pastimes is torturing my loser friend group back home because it's so funny just to see how many of these people who are crazy with Trump derangement syndrome. I have never seen a happy, healthy, highly successful person who is like deranged with how much they hate Donald Trump, right? And there's a guy at home, and when I go on Facebook, if any of you guys are friends with me on Facebook, I literally just post on Facebook to troll everybody back home, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, to this day, I'm a little salty that they hated on me and that they're like, oh, you know, you could never be successful. You can never do this, right? The things that I heard was like, you're going to, the reason you left America is because it's too hard for you to succeed in America. So you went to Japan where it's easier, right? Everything in the world they love to say. So this is this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but there's this guy back home, and all he does every day is like post like the most craziest Trump derangement syndrome stuff on his Facebook. And one of the things he was saying is like, you know, Trump knows nothing about business. That's why he's a failed businessman and he's a failure. And I'm just thinking, like, as a successful guy, I know you don't get to a net worth of multiple billions of dollars by being a business failure. The man won the presidency 3 times. Okay. And, you know, this guy was just writing stuff. So I just wrote, like, you're telling me that a guy who made multiple billions is a fraud and a failure? I said, you're an employee. you know nothing about running a business. And I told him, between my business and my personal investments, not even including all the other brands I've helped start, I have generated $10 million for myself. And I'm fucking a child in the success game. I'm 39. Okay. So I just wrote out those things for him. And I'm going to show you his reply because it's so funny. Okay. So this was his reply. And I put it in my private chats first. And this is what he said. Okay. He says, Trump University, Trump Airlines, Trump Steaks, Trump's failed crypto. Okay, first of all, his crypto isn't failed. It's actually the most successful meme coin, one of the most successful meme coins of all time. Those were all failures. There's a difference between accumulating wealth and being good at business. You equate having money as being good at business. Yes, actually, the number one goal of business is to accumulate money. His failures are his businesses. He's just smart enough to fleece his own ventures on their way down to save himself. Gaming the system to gain interest-bearing wealth isn't being a savvy business leader. It's just finding loopholes in the system. If I had money to invest in high-yield accounts, first of all, if you think you're getting money from investing in high-yield accounts, this is how I know you're broke right here. Okay, I would be a millionaire too. And then he wrote this. This is my favorite part. You got lucky in crypto. Don't act like you're saving the world. You're made most of your money the same way he did. I love it. I love torturing beta males. I love torturing weak guys. Okay. If you're a weak, whiny beta male, if you at any point agreed with anything in that message, we have nothing in common. Okay. But here's what I've realized. All right. Two things. Okay. One is that when it comes to success, when you come, because it takes a lot of strength for you to be the man that you want to be right now. Even Erquin crying in the chat to this day. Like, I'm still crying. This is adorable. Trump has inherited a fortune. Who did he inherit a fortune from? He got $1 million from his dad. Dude, you need to calm down, bro. Because first of all, you wouldn't be getting all gangster like this face to face. Okay. And second of all, the reason you're upset like this is because your life isn't where you want it to be. You need to pay attention to this lesson the most, because I could tell by the way you're texting shit, you're here. You're on the path to hell. You're on the path to nightmare life. You are probably deep in the nightmare life already. Okay. Shout out to Yellow Joe, my man. This is a real G. Not going to go into any details. He exited a company for 8 figures. Do I need to say more? Okay. Typical message by a broke beta jealous loser about successful millionaire, billionaire men. Respect, MLD, 100%. Thank you, 1,000%. Thank you, my man. Yellow Joe is a good friend of mine. Okay. So the thing is, when you have a peer group now, right? So I'm going to use little circles to speed it up. So this is your peer group, right? So you have a person here. Dude, this interface in this thing fucking sucks. Can somebody build a better whiteboard? Do it for the cause. This is where everybody starts here, right? This is your peer group. Now, and we're going to do a peer group exercise right after this. So buckle up, motherfuckers. We're not going anywhere, okay? And don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Otherwise, you're a bomb. All right. So now here we have everybody starting here at this point. Okay. Now remember, inevitably, everybody is heading down here. Now that old peer group that I'm talking about, you could add up all their money together and they didn't even scratch at what I've generated. I'm not trying to be a douchebag or whatever. I'm just being objective. Okay. But they're all over here. They're all fat. They're all addicted to marijuana, playing video games, beer, whatever. They all look like shit. You know, they're all sexless or married to some fucking hog. All right. That's where they all are here. And when you do the work and you go down here and then they see you, right? They see you here. Okay. And they all think, wow, I remember when we were all here. Okay. And some of these people too, and it given to their status and, you know, privilege that they have in life, and it is what it is. Some people start off further down the path to the dream life because of good parents, good economic situations. Some of them start off here, but they still end up, because I told you by default, they still end up over here. Okay. So when they see you, they have a very, very painful self-reflection moment that you force on them. And then they think, damn, me and this guy used to be the same level. And you know what their head they're thinking? I'm better than this guy. Why is he successful and I'm not? I'm better than this guy. It's painful for them. It's painful for a lot of people. And I know too, I cannot associate with those people anymore because inevitably they are going to try and pull me down. Okay. When I talk to people like my good friend in the chat, Lou, the lifting lawyer, right? He is a high level fitness expert. And when I talk to Lou, right, this guy right here, he often tells me, well, you know, your physique is okay, but you could lose some body fat around your midsection. You probably have about 10 to 20 pounds you could lose, right? And he holds me to a higher standard. But when my friends back home who are fat, obese, they think, oh man, you look fine just the way you are. Just relax. Don't be so stressed out. Don't be so obsessed. Don't be like that. You know, inevitably what they're trying to do is like, please bring your standards down so I don't feel bad about my low standards. The same group of friends, they would always be like, John, why do you always need to go talk to girls? Like, come drink beer and play video games with us. Right. And I'm like, no, because my dick is not going to suck itself, you fucking idiot. Right. I want to hang out with hot girls. I want to go have sex with a lot of fucking girls with flat stomachs and nice big titties. I want them to be snuggling up next to me at night and kissing me and telling me how great I am. It's the best feeling in the world. Okay. But they'd be like, oh, dude, you're creepy. Like, what are you just view women as sex objects? Yeah. Amongst other things, but sex primarily. Yeah. Like, what else am I going to bring a woman in my life for? Like, hey, you want to come over and play Soul Calibur 4? I'd smoke her, fucking crush her. Okay. 100-0. She'd never beat me. Siegfried is undefeated. Right. What else? We're like, okay. So that being said, right, you got to understand that everything in your life is either elevating you and taking you one of two directions. Right here. Okay. So what I want you guys to do right now, okay, is this. There's one buddy. I want you to take a look at this guy. Look this name up another time. Okay, but this is a psychologist from Harvard. His name is David McClelland. Okay. And he did a very long study that decided the number one thing that influences you in your life are the top 5 people you communicate with and are around on a daily basis. Okay. So if you want to do this exercise at home with me, I definitely would recommend you to do so. Okay. If you want to take a moment to get some pen and paper, go ahead and do that. And in the meantime, take a look at this. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching today's video. We're going to get right back to that, but I want to tell you quickly about my coaching program, the Money Muscles Game Monthly. If you're having trouble getting women in your life, keeping them around, and getting dates, If you're having trouble with your finances, this is the program for you. It's a very simple program dedicated to solving those problems with you right now. Each of these coaching sessions are a group coaching session with live interaction on the second and fourth Sunday. Every month, we meet at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom to discuss exactly what is going on with you, what problems you have, what roadblocks are in the way. And then from there, we come up with a special plan for you to get the results that you want. I know what you could say. There's all this free information on the internet. There's all these free content creators putting all this stuff out. If that were the case, the world would be healed by now, but it's not, okay? It's the blind leading the blind. You don't even know what's good information or not. You need a mentor. You need a group. You need a tribe, and you need to be held accountable. That's what you have in the Money Muscles Game Month. In addition to that, we have a free 24-hour support Telegram chat where you can link up with other like-minded men just like you who are dedicated to solving their dating and money problems right now. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I want you to stop what you're doing right now, go to modernlifedating.com/monthly, sign up, and then you're gonna get an email sent to you with a Telegram link so you can join the Telegram chat and get on your plan to fix your problems immediately. Do not let another day go by where you silently suffer, lying to yourself, saying you're gonna figure it out, because you won't. You need help, you need a mentor, you need group support. That's what I am, that's what my community is. I've dragged myself from the depths of poverty to the tops of financial success. I've dated hundreds of women around the world. I can easily teach you how to do this, and it's a cakewalk. But it all starts with you going to modernlifedating.com/monthly and signing up today. Thanks so much, and let's get back to today's video.
All right. I hope you got your pen and paper, and go to modernlifedating.com/monthly. Shout out to, I think it was, let me just double check if we get any more alerts here. Need to get the onboarding process sorted out. We got, yep, Robert W. I'm going to get you, buddy. Sit tight. We're going to pop you in right after today's episode. Cool. Awesome. So I hope you got your pen and paper out. Let's take a real quick look at this exercise now. So what I want you to do, and I've done this with my coaching group, and it came out to be really good. The Money Muscles Game Monthly. We actually did this, but I actually answered everybody's questions and we optimized. So right now, I want you to write down with great specificity, what are your top 5 goals that you want to do in your life, okay? And be shameless, okay? If your number one goal is have sex with tons of women, write it down. Your goals are what your goals are, bro. You cannot be ashamed of who you are. If that's what you want to go, if that's what you want to solve it. Because if you're going to go into life neglecting yourself, you know, you're just going to be a very miserable person. Okay. If it's like have 6-pack abs, right? If that's what you want. And if it's not a goal of yours, you don't need that either. Right. I'm just putting some arbitrary numbers here, or arbitrary things here rather. Let's just say $100,000 a year salary. Okay. Let's say remote work. You want to work remotely so you can go around. What the hell? It's a ghost in my computer. That was weird. So auto recording started playing out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys heard that. It scared the hell out of me. All right. And then, I don't know, go to Thailand and train Muay Thai. 10 out of 10 recommend, guys. You feel like you're a badass, trust me, go to Thailand. You will realize how quickly you're not a badass, especially if you're from a first world country that's white dominated. You will go to Thailand. Actually, it doesn't even matter. You could be a fucking Japanese dude. You go to Thailand, you'd be like, I am a gaping vagina, because these Thai dudes are bad motherfuckers, bro. Bad motherfuckers. Okay. So write that down. Write down your top 5 goals. Okay. And now you have to look at these people around you, your top 5. Okay. And then ask yourself this question. Okay. When it comes to each person, you got to say, does this person have this? And if they don't have it, that person's a minus. If they do have it, that person is a plus. Okay. Ideally, you want to be around as many plus people as positive, but as possible. But the reality is most people are surrounded with negative people. And this is the part, this is where we have to defeat the greatest enemy of all time, the male ego. If you think that your peer group not supporting you can stay your peer group and you can still achieve your goals, you are painfully wrong. Okay? They have to go. I don't care if it's your mother. I don't care if it's your father. I don't care if it's your fucking wife. Okay? If your wife is negative, divorce her. Move on. Okay? Seriously, because life is too short and too precious and too valuable to be around people that are dragging you down. They are dragging you down. You cannot beat this. Okay? You need to be around people that are pulling you up. So when we go back here to this lesson, okay, if you're around positive people, okay, you are inevitably going this way. If you're surrounded by negative people, okay, losers, want to really double down on that. Losers, they are dragging you this way. You cannot beat them. Okay? Which way, Western man? Which way? Which way are you inevitably heading? This is why I say loneliness is the number one thing you're going to have to deal with. Why do you think I got a dog, guys? Okay? When you're a person that decides to do an above average thing with your life, you have to understand that access to you is sacred. Not anybody can have access to you. I'm even talking text messages, man. Okay? If somebody is negative to me on social media, if somebody's negative to me in my personal life, I don't meet them and like, hey man, I just want to let you know, can't associate with you anymore, blah, blah, blah. I'm just block, back to work. Girl ghosts you, flakes on you, whatever. Block, back to sourcing new women. Because the problem here with your group, your peer group, I've done a personal experience. I've done a personal experiment in my life lately, right? I talked to a bunch of people that are doing financially well right now, recently, right? And I'm talking like $100,000 a month or more, okay? Net profit, not revenue, net. And I expressed some of my business concerns and life concerns to these people. And after every conversation, these guys made me feel better. I felt better about my life. I felt better about my goals. I felt better about my situation. I felt better. I felt hopeful, right? And the other group that I asked were people who were not doing as good as me. And I just asked them as like a personal experiment for myself. And I thought, let me just run some of these questions by this person, just kind of see what they say. And it was amazing how overwhelmingly negative they were. Not even they were well-meaning, but they were so negative. You cannot get what you want being around people that don't have it. The fastest way to get what you want is to be around somebody who already has it and learn directly from them. If you want to be a boxer, are you going to be a good boxer reading a book on boxing and practicing punches in your garage, or going to a boxing gym? If you had a guy, right, you have two people. One guy is going to do 100 hours of self-study of boxing, and another guy is going to do 100 hours of working directly with a guy who's already a boxer. And you're going to put both of those guys in a ring. Who's going to win the fight? Who's going to win the fight? Same weight, same conditioning. Well, I shouldn't even say same conditioning because the coach, boxing conditioning is insane. Okay. So I can't even say the same conditioning because the boxing coach is going to immediately put you in the gym and start torturing you. You are going to have only yourself to regulate in your garage, and you're probably just not going to be as well conditioned. That's across the board. How are you going to learn how to get a ton of girls from a guy who didn't get a ton of girls? How are you going to date multiple women and have all of them happy and have all of them fall in love with you if a guy can't get a woman to even look at him unless he has a sports car? How are you going to get rich taking the advice of fucking broke people? How? See, look, the positive atmosphere and the overall good vibes of this chat is even changing this miserable fuck's opinion. And he's being nice and positive now. Good work, Erquin. You're on the path, my friend. You're on the path. Don't worry. You will join the many people who said, MLD, when I first started watching you, I hated your fucking guts. But I knew you were right and I couldn't stop watching. And now my life has changed for the better. You're welcome. Okay. Does MLD take in account the black pill theory of life? No, I do not. Because what about me? Let's talk about the black pill. How on a look scale, how good looking am I actually? How look at me. I don't even have like I have like a little fat boy face. Where's my jawline? What about my facial symmetry? Right? I don't have six-pack abs. You want to see? I'll look. My fitness. You want to see? Look. No six-pack abs. No six-pack abs. I'm 5'10". I'm not white. I know race is a big thing in the black pill. Grew up really poor. Grew up physically abused. Dude, I was beaten as a child till like blood came out of my face. Okay? I was often covered in bruises, often verbally abused, often emotionally abused, psychologically abused. Where does the black pill apply to me? I should be a hopeless loser. I'm half Indian. Like my genetic makeup. My ancestors, I'm 51% white, and then I'm 49% Indian. I got these skinny fucking Indian legs. You know, like Indian people, like they got the fucking round belly and the skinny legs. That's me. I have to like starve myself and kill myself in the gym, and I still look average. I have bad genetics for weightlifting. I have terrible genetics for weightlifting, actually. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. You're 19. You're falling into that looks maxing bullshit that's not real. Take it from a guy who I've had sex with 320 something plus women around the world of every race, of every walk of life, women that are from 18 to all the way up to like, I don't know, what's the oldest bitch I fucked? 49, 48? How the fuck to 50-year-old? I don't know. Wouldn't put it past myself. But so where is it? Where is the black pill for me? Thoughts on paying for boxing, LD? No. How's that even a question? No. If you can't get it, you can't pay for it. I'm waiting for you, bro. Am I not a black pill loser according to the black pill ideology? I'm waiting. I wasn't trying to be negative, man. I appreciate it. It's just discouraging when hard work doesn't always pay off. Yeah, it's called being a man, bro. Success is in anything. When you start your first business, it doesn't work. If you're fucking lucky if your first business works. When I cold approach girls, the majority of girls say no. It's not because I'm some reprehensibly ugly man. It's just you're not everybody's cup of tea. You think, I mean, how many MMA fighters are totally undefeated? How many boxing fighters are totally undefeated? How many football teams are totally undefeated? Basketball, if you fucking watch gay ass soccer, all that shit. How many? So why would you, an average Joe, expect the same level of perfection in your life? And it's okay. You're young, you're inexperienced, but listen to me. What I'm telling you the truth. Okay. This is the true tone. You say you pay for a box either way, but don't pay for it. No. Don't. That's defeatist, bro. You pay your time and sanity. No, you're with the wrong women, bro. You're with the wrong women, my dude. Brother, you are with the wrong woman. A good woman is like an oasis in a desert of insanity. You have never had access to a great, beautiful woman in your life. You have not been with a good woman. Because I know as soon as I see that, okay, you know, it's like I just see that you haven't had a good woman in your life, with all due respect. Okay. Oh, there he goes. Miserable fuck. No, man, you are not changing my life, and I'm not getting addicted to your show. You are tired. You speak so slow, and you give a 5-minute speech in 55 minutes. Okay. Thanks. Well, I'm gonna live up to my advice right now, and I'm gonna block you, so you can go fuck off, and you can enjoy your life of miserable. When I turn off my camera, I'm gonna be hanging out in a penthouse in Tokyo, talking to my amazing friends, talking to the amazing women in my life, and the amazing friends and people in my community, and you're gonna go back to your miserable life, and that's 100% your fault. Okay. It's on you. You can go to someone else's channel and spread your poison and negativity there, but not here. And I'm telling you guys, for me to even look at that guy's comment and to register the fact that I need to counter him is a waste of my time. I know my value. I know who I am. And you need to know who you are too. That's why I added frame to everything. Okay? Because, again, let's go back here. All right. Okay. If you know Coach Greg Adams, but he makes a good point about paying for pussy, saving you money, energy, attention, and time. No, he's teaching you how to be a simp. Okay? That's what he's teaching you. He's a little manlet, bro. He's like 5'4". He's a little manlet. He has to pay for pussy because he didn't embody real game. Real men don't sit around and justify paying for pussy. Okay? They don't. He is a person with deep character flaws. That's why all of his content is negative. That's why he's not a multimillionaire. I'm pretty sure he's not. And he never will be one. You know, paying for pussy is that's the number one reason we have women the way they are right now. Because you're paying them to have sex with them. You're paying them, you're being their fucking sugar daddy. Okay. Would you want to fucking get with a girl that used to sell her pussy as a prostitute? Is that your ideal woman? He's part of the problem. Men who sign up for the OnlyFans, men who do all these things, gas these women up. Okay? No. I do not want to be like that guy at all. At all. I don't care how much views or whatever crap he has. No. If you're going to sit around and tell a generation of young men that paying for pussy is okay, he has never felt real, true, genuine female love and burning desire for him. Their burning desire is for his fucking wallet. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm actually going to talk about it later this week. A rise in these crybaby men channel and the growing audience of them. Because you know why? I'll tell you the truth. The majority of guys are weak. They give up. They quit. And you know why? Because everything's set up to engineer to fuck them up that way. It takes a real man to look the world in the face and say, I am going to get what I want, and none of you are going to fucking stop me. That's a real man. Okay? That is a real man. I'm not going to sit here and tell a generation of men, yeah, just pay for pussy as a way to supplicate the fact that you can't get a woman real. Okay. Now I'll be honest. I have used escort services before. It's totally legal in Japan. And it's because when I first got rich, all my rich friends were like, yeah, you got to do this. You got to do this. But the majority of my rich friends fucking, you know, unfortunately they're fucking betas, right? Like some of the richest motherfuckers I know are betas. And it's just like this beta thing it's the plague of our time. So they're all telling me, yeah, man, just go. It's fucking amazing. You just do it. So I did it a couple times in Tokyo and I'm just like, sure. And I went to this club and they interview you, like they check your salary. It's like a real high level. I'm not going to say the name of the club in Tokyo, but you know, they interview you, they put you through a heavy screening, they do a background check and everything, and you have to get referred. And I went to fucking Okinawa with this bitch, and I'm just like, I could just, because when you have sex with a woman who is genuinely into you versus a one that's there for a paycheck, it is a big difference. Okay. It is a huge difference. Massive difference in the quality of sex, the quality of affection, everything. Okay. So no, I no, that's because that's no, absolutely not. You got to get out there and you got to learn these skill sets. Okay. Because when you just try to take the shortcut in life, the only person you're shortcutting is yourself. Ask yourself, would you like to be like Coach Greg Adams? Would you like to be this little manlet that is angry and screaming and spreading negativity and all women are shit and everything is bad and blah, blah, blah? That's the easy thing to do in life. Okay. You really think he's happy in his day-to-day life? Or you think you'd be happy if you had some young fucking hot little thing loving him and taking care of him and shit? But women don't want to be around that lazy, victim, ego, arrogant mindset. Like people don't want to, like, that's repelling. Okay. That is counter seduction. You don't want to do that. Okay. What about Cappy? Cappy's a nice guy, but I like being me. Okay. And women like me. All right. Cappy doesn't have game, but that's okay. He's like an economist. He's like fucking the math economist, you know, guy. That's his thing. What I'm calling you to on this channel is a life of excellence. I'm telling you to live up to your total masculine potential. And there's guys in the chat here who have clearly done it. They have replicated what I've told them. Very high percentage of my guys. Above average. Okay. Let me ask you something. Okay. Let's just look at this objectively. You judge a student not by, or excuse me, you judge a teacher not by his teaching ability, but by the results of his students. How many great content creators and great men have come out from the Coach Greg Adams brand? Because of me, you have Fresh and Fit. You have people like the Legal Mindset. Okay. You have people like Ryan Christensen, Ryan Fowler, the Hypnosis for Men, the guys leading the charge on the inner game front. Okay. Helped big brands. Troy Francis helped build Cultivate Crypto from the ground up. And because of that, you have Dollar Cross Crypto. Okay. They're doing what they're doing, but still, that's because of me. Okay. There are so many big, successful brands that come out from watching me. Andrew Tate was on my fucking email list. Okay. He was watching my shit. Okay. This male crybaby content, all it does is you're drinking the poison hoping for the other person to die. You're making yourself weaker. All of that shit that he puts out, it's a victim mindset. Oh, the big bad boogeyman woman is coming for you. What kind of fucking faggot ass are you if you're afraid of women? And I emphasize faggot ass. Oh, I'm afraid of a woman. Oh, a woman is coming. Oh, she might raise her voice at me. Pathetic. Pathetic. You're better than that. And I'm going to close with this. Okay? The overwhelming characteristic that we have here, okay, on this is these people overall are negative, pessimistic. They bring you down. You feel drained when you're done talking to them. This way, these people, okay, you feel positive. You feel uplifted. How do you feel right now? Ask yourself a question. If you watch some of this red pill gloom and doom beta male bullshit that these fucking homos put out, right? How do you feel after that? You turn it off and you feel bad. You're like, damn, we're cooked. I can never find a good woman. I can never do this shit. I might as well pay for pussy. Or you watch good positive content and you feel, damn, I feel empowered. I feel uplifted. I feel like I can do it. So many people, they don't even realize that they're on this path to hell. They have no fucking idea. They're like, oh, I thought life just sucks. Do you want to be part of, do you want to be part of the many? Or do you want to be part of the few? Ask yourself this, okay? Who would you rather trade places with? Me and what I'm saying, or people like Coach Shook Adams? You want to go through the rest of your life, every time you got to get a woman interested in you, you got to be like, oh, fuck, okay. Here you go. Here's some money. Can you give me some affection? Can you give me some love? Can you give me some? Ask yourself when you take advice from somebody, would I want to be like that person? Would I want to look like that person? Would I want to talk like that person? Would I want to live where that person lives? I mean, God bless him. Good on him for all his success. You know, but I like some people are like, you know, Coach Greg Adams has a Porsche. I have a fucking Porsche on my wrist. I have multiple Porsches on my wrist. Okay. Like, you guys gotta realize there are levels to the game. And critically analyze everybody you take advice from. Look at the man behind the camera, behind the theatrics, behind all the bullshit. Okay? Imagine, okay? Fucking very well put, Louis. Okay? Imagine this. Imagine you have a son, and he's like, Dad, I really want to get some women. What should I do? He's like, all right, son, you know what you got to do? You got to introduce him to a good man named Benjamin Franklin, and you got to pay for pussy, son. And then you're going to be an alpha male. You pay for that pussy, you're a real man. That's what you want to tell your son? That's what you want to tell your nephews, your cousins, all the young men in your life that look up to you? Hey, son, listen, I know you have some trouble with girls, but all you got to do is whip out a couple $100 bills, bro, and pay for that pussy like a real man. Every day, guys, every day, you are walking down one path. Okay? You are walking down a path. Every day. I just hope that you're happy where you end up.